Okay, now a lot of people have questions about commas, including me. I still have trouble with them every once in a while. So this video is going to talk about dependent and independent clauses, how you use dependent and independent clauses and with commas so that your sentence is properly punctuated. So first we're going to start out with what is an independent clause. An independent clause has a subject, a verb, but it doesn't express a complete thought. Okay, it normally starts with, people use the word swabby, since, when, while, whenever, after, although, as, because, before, if. So if you think about swabby, you think about, okay, words like that are going to start a dependent clause. So let's look at some examples. If you want to do well in school, okay, you have a subject, which is you, and want is your verb, but it doesn't express a complete thought because you don't tell us what we need to do if we want to do well in school. Next one, when you decide to go to college. Again, subject, verb, no complete thought. What do I need to do when I decide to go to college? So that is a dependent clause. Independent clause, you have a subject, a verb, and it does express a complete thought. For example, my dog pooped all over the house. Okay, my dog, the verb here is pooped, and the complete thought is he pooped all over the house. My dog got a bath. Dog is going to be the subject, got is going to be the verb, and the complete thought is going to be a bath. So let's talk about the comma rule. If you have a dependent clause before an independent clause, you do need a comma. Okay, so let's start with, since swabby, we have while. So I'm going to start down here. While my dog was alone in the house. Okay, so this is a dependent clause. And we're going to start with that. So while my dog was alone in the house, we have to say what it did, or else it's not a complete thought. So I'm going to put a comma here. He pooped all over the carpet. Okay, so now, here is your dependent clause, while my dog was alone in the house. It starts with while, which is part of swabby, and it doesn't express a complete thought. He pooped all over the carpet, that is a complete thought. It has subject and verb, and it expresses a complete idea. So you want to have a comma. Okay, now here's where the English language gets tricky. If you have a dependent clause after an independent clause, you do not need a comma. So if we have, he pooped all over the carpet, which is my independent clause, while he was alone in the house. Okay, so we're going to switch that. We're going to start with my dog because that's going to make more sense. My dog pooped all over the carpet. Again, this is the independent clause. It has a subject, a verb, complete sentence. While he was alone in the house, this is my dependent clause. However, since my dependent clause is after my independent clause, I do not need a comma in this situation. So that is how you put together a sentence using an independent clause and a dependent clause and punctuating it correctly. So I hope that helps you with your writing.